Hi. Oh, just start this and I've got something in my throat. Excuse me. I don't know if you know how desperate the situation is in Australia for women over 60. Not all women over 60, but there are many. It's the latest version, the latest problem of homelessness for women over 60. I just turned 60 last November, and I never thought that I would be in this situation in my life. I have family. I have a mum. She's 90, and I can stay with her in her spare bedroom. But I have two dogs. This little girl here, Faithy, and this little guy, Ramsey. And they can't, because it's a community, and that only allows one dog, and Mum's got a dog. Now you might say, get rid of the dogs. Okay, number one, they're my support dogs, but they're also my children. But even then, okay, I have been willing to try and rehome them, foster them, find temporary accommodation, anything, and there have been no doors that open. I've reached out to people, like one guy, he offered to let me stay on his boat, not with him. I don't want to stay with anybody that I don't trust or know, because like a man type of thing who might be, I don't want to put myself in a dangerous situation. But he's not on the boat. I have but stayed on a boat before. But he has no tender to get out to the boat. So I reached out to another friend who said he has a spare one. So I'm waiting to meet this guy. He said he'd like to meet up for coffee before he just lets me stay on his boat, which is fair enough. I am waiting on a payout from an accident that I had a few years ago, and they're dragging it out. So I have 3 children, one who's just about to have him and his wife, he's 23, is about to have their first baby. He can't have me there, they can't have me there, and besides their dog, well, because they're having the baby, and the dogs can't stay there because the wife gets allergic to animal hair badly. They also have a bird, and they're worried that my dogs could attack their bird, and I'm worried too about that. But they also, being their first child, they just can't have me there. It's just, I know that her mum said that she'll go and stay with them for a couple of weeks to help out in that first bit of time, and she said, like hell you will. So that's a closed door. I've just come back from my daughter's in Sydney and was staying there for 3 weeks. She's in a 2-bedroom flat with 3 boys, so that's another possibility. When I was staying there, I was in the hallway. Plus, my dogs just kept, my dog, who never wees inside the house, kept weeing all over her carpet, so I had to get it cleaned. My other daughter in Melbourne, her husband is an abusive alcoholic, and he doesn't want to know me. It's been like that since they met. I think because he knows that I know and that I'll stand up for my daughter, but I can't go into that stressful situation. Plus, I haven't been invited, but I know that I would probably get unwell in that situation. He's already said to her, tell me if your mother's going to visit. I hope your mother's not going to visit. And she said, yes. And he goes, why? And he goes, she said, because she's my mother. But so the door's not particularly open for me to stay there. There's no other family that I can call on. So I have a VW Beetle, which I slept in on the way back. Oh, by the way, I'm on a disability pension from PTSD, from some really bad trauma that I went through, and I ended up getting the pension. And I've gone through a lot of trauma in my life, so this is yet another thing. So I'm holding my own. Like, I've been really, really stressed. But I'm just praying today and sitting in a nice park with the dogs and just trying not to think too much. But so basically at the moment the dogs are staying in the car at night and I'm staying at mum's, but they are, it's quite cool at the moment, but it's going to get hot, so I get up very early and I put them in the car late at night. Like last night I went for a walk with them at 10 p.m. and then I put them to bed in the car, and then I get up, at 7 o'clock and take them. And we go out for the day and try and find something to do, because at least the car has air conditioning when it's driving. But anyway, the car started having... Yeah, I did, thank you. I started having issues today with this car. Aren't they gorgeous? With the car. And so I've reached out to a friend and said to him what's happening, and he said that he'll have a look at it this afternoon, thank God, because I thought, how the heck am I going to get this done? It's a 20-year-old car, and you've always got to make appointments to see anybody, plus it could cost a lot of money. It could cost a little, I don't know. But anyway, I'm reaching out to ask for help, for donations. I don't want to put this on Facebook, it's embarrassing, so I'm putting it on Gumtree, so that, or wherever I can find, so that it's more anonymous. And I don't want to keep my pride, but I don't want my children to worry about me, even though they know the situation. And so I'm trying very hard to just hold it together, but I'm asking for donations to be able to get myself a van, so that the dogs and I can at least have something to stay in and be on the road, but at least in a van I can lay down, because the times that I've spent in the car have been very, very uncomfortable, and especially after these injuries that I had a few years ago. The insurance company offered me $18,000, and I knocked it back before all this got this bad. But now, because I've knocked it back, I have to see their... we put in an offer for over $200,000, and I got offered 18, and I just said no way, not after all I've gone through, all that pain and suffering. But and then they came back with an offer of 30, and I just said no. But that was long before Christmas, and now I'm thinking, far out, I wish I'd just taken it. But it's already going through another process now of I wasn't trying to be greedy, just more justice. I didn't know my situation would get this bad, because I did have a bus, but it's such a long story. But it's worth nothing now, because it was left to go for too long, the rust. So I've got a guy working on that to try and get it roadworthy, so that he can sell it, and rather than me pay, because I don't have money, we'll share the profit, and I'll sell it for what I can, and I owe that to my son. Dear. But anyway, my son has no money, my daughters have no money, by the way. They're really struggling. So anyway, believe me, I've tried everything. I've tried rescue for the dogs. I've reached out many groups, to like on Facebook, etc., and I've got people asking around for me for the dogs to be fostered, even for them to be adopted, which I don't want them to. But it's not like I'm just sitting back and going, oh well, life needs to people just need to look after me, or whatever. This is like really desperate to get a GoFundMe, and it really is real, that there are women in my situation now. The rentals on the Gold Coast are just astronomical. Even if I was to get a bedroom, it would be like $250, $300, and I get like $450 a week. But no one wants dogs. Even if I was to get that, because you get rent assistance and stuff, no one will give. I can't find anything, like even a room. Well, most rentals don't accept dogs, let alone a house. usually they don't want dogs, or they've got their own dogs, or it's just, I've tried, believe me, I've tried everything. I'm trying everything. But if I could just get some help, if everyone just give a little, help me out to get myself a little van. Mum's willing to lend me $2,000, and then I could trade this in, but there's nothing you can get for $4,000. Actually, there is one I had a look at. He said he will have it ready for me to have a look at tomorrow, and it's like not going to mechanically let me down, hopefully, and it's a high ace with a cab on the back. I don't, I'm not fussy, but it would be great if I could get something reliable and that's not horrible. Anyway, so that's livable. So I'm hoping that people would see that this is a need. I've been extremely unwell and stressing. Today's the first day that through prayer I've decided not to worry, and I've accepted that this is my situation, and I'll go from there. And then the only way is up. But before, I was fighting it, and I was going, why isn't God listening? What am I going to do? I was just in total panic all the time. And today is the first time in weeks that I've been able to just be mindful and just sit in and be in the presence of this situation, and not in the presence of it, but I guess in God's presence, or in my own peace as well. And not allow this to overtake me, because then there'll be no me. So yeah, I'm asking that if anyone can donate, I would really, really, really appreciate. And I am a giving person. I give constantly, and that's what's really hurt me, is that I would give the shirt off my back. That's the sort of person I am. And I do help people all the time. Maybe not with money, but if I have it, I give. I help out people. I've got a huge heart, and I'm always, giving out of my own need. I'm not foolish as well, but I'm always giving if I can, and sometimes till it hurts, more than I can, So yeah, if I could just get some help, I'd so appreciate it. Thank you so much, and God bless you.